AOA test complete.
All right, can you hear me? All right, can you hear me all right?
Oops, sorry. Now I hear you.
All right, perfect.
Loud and clear.
All right, so our flaps are up on flight instruments. So our field elevation is 940.
All right.
But we're not moving, level with the horizon, 940 feet. And not turning. Let's see here. That's actually pretty close. That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that something?
And we're not moving up and down at all. And we'll note the time, which is 7:34. So. Okay. And did he say to use runway 18?
Yeah, we'll use 18. Yep, he
Okay.
said that'd be best.
Sounds good.
All right.
You ready to taxi?
Yeah, let's get our, what do you think for our lights?
We want our nav lights
There you
on,
go.
and we can put our taxi.
Very good. And that's pretty helpful. It is clear over here.
Okay.
Test, test. Looks like I'm going to pop in and out there. All right.
Okay, were you good?
Yeah, it looks good over here.
All right. Must have sunk in a little
A little bit.
There we go.
There you go.
So we'll hit this at a little bit of an angle, and I don't think I'm going to turn all the way around.
Right, very good. Yeah, you got that little hump here.
Okay.
Good. Not a bad idea. You're in the middle of the night here, nobody around. Have all your lights on, and we're on the runway. There you go. Light your way up. Not quite an hour after sunset, but look at how dark it is out here.
Yeah, it's definitely dark.
Right. So the threat will be you're going to lift off the ground, and that landing light's going to immediately disappear off the ground.
Okay.
So you're going to want to keep climbing. So we're going to level off. As soon as you feel the wheels get light, get a little bit in the air, stay in ground effect, lower that nose, and then you're going to see the runway out in front of you again once you lower the nose.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and close up here. Kind of cool. You can see why we have to be off the ground an hour, or be current an hour after nighttime.
Yeah.
Or after sunset, right? Got a pole right there, but you're going to miss it by quite a bit. It's the windsock there.
All right.
Not sure what you have right here. See that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, looks like a corn husk maybe.
Okay, I'm going to turn around right here.
Sounds good.
And since the runway is pretty dry, we'll stop.
That sounds good.
Just like Brian did.
It's kind of nice to get a little downhill here, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Before takeoff, our brakes are set. Cabin doors and windows are closed.
They are.
Flight controls. And down, and up and down. All right. Elevator. Looks good. Rudder. All right. Elevator trim. Bring it up just a little bit. Flight instruments. Not moving. level with the horizon, within 75 feet. Actually, I'll change it just a little bit. Here, and not turning. Our heading looks good, and vertical speed looks good. All right, fuel selector valve is on both. Mixture too rich. Throttle to 1700.
Good deal. So on grass, especially if it's wet, you could start sliding. You shouldn't right now, but you could.
Okay. Magnetos, right. 75. About 50. Okay. Engine instruments, oil pressure looks good. The oil temp.
There you go. You can step through to the oil temp on there. 131
looks good. And all right, our ammeter is showing a charge, and suction gauge is good.
Good. How about your carb heat? I don't think you got that one.
Oh, yeah.
Skip that one. There you go.
Looks good. About 100
Awesome.
RPM. And throttle back. Okay. And then beacon, nav, and strobe lights as required.
All right.
We'll leave them on.
Awesome.
Throttle friction lock is good. Flaps up, but we want 10.
Yeah, good.
Okay. And radios. So I will put in, we're on 122.9, and
Very
we want
good.
flying cloud as the the first, so that looks good to me.
All right. I like it. I don't have a dimmer on this, unfortunately.
All right, transponder's good.
Good.
Takeoff briefing. Okay. So if we're on the runway and we see anything such as deer, we'll try to abort the takeoff.
Okay.
Same goes for engine problems. And then if we are less than 1,000 feet off the ground, we'll look for somewhere straight out in front of us, if possible. And if we're more than 1,000 feet, we'll try to make it back to the runway.
Great.
Okay. And then brakes released, and we'll note the time again.
All right.
7:40.
You wrote down the out time too. Very good.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I think so.
It's a little challenging here. You don't have much to look at, but you do have some, right? You got just a little bit with the lights on the left and the tree on the right there. You're aiming halfway between those. Soft field takeoff. Once the main wheels are off the ground, we're going to lower that nose and continue directional control with the rudder, but make sure you stay in the ground effect till what speed?
Until 59.
59. Very good. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm ready if you are.
All right.
We'll do a quick check of that engine instruments and RPM too. Make sure an airspeed's coming alive when you get going. Very good. Nice.
All right. Airspeed's looking like it's coming alive.
Good. Get a little bump here. Now lower that nose. Lower the nose. Be aggressive. There you go.
Okay. There's 60.
Very good. Nice. Challenging takeoff.
It is. It's tough to see.
Yeah. I would probably turn your headlamp off for the takeoff. That's what I meant to remind you of that, just because you got a little glare coming off the windscreen.
Sure.
A little easier to see now. I should have told you that before you got airborne.
That's all right.
What do you think so far?
Looks different.
A little different, isn't it? Yeah, yep.
A lot harder to pick out fields already.
Right. How's it performing compared to the Cirrus?
A lot slower.
Not quite as well, does it?
All right. Start our left-hand pattern here.
All right. So how would we want to depart a traffic pattern?
Straight out.
Yeah, straight out to 1,000 feet anyways, right? Or turn away from the airport.
Sure, so, all right, what is it, Lydia traffic?
Sky Park traffic, yep.
Okay. Oh, Sky Park.
Yeah, that's what Brian was calling it.
Sky Park traffic, Cessna 392 is a left crosswind for runway 18, Sky Park. right.
We forgot to announce our departure, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard to see the runway. I guess
You would not be able to land there tonight.
No.
And is that line to Flying Cloud? Is that
No, it's not.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to Flying Cloud, then figure out how to get there by dividing your attention among all the things you have to do.
Ah, shoot. Hold on.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that'd be tough to find that at night without any lights.
This air emissions activity in the area. Use cash and parallel runway operations and effect advised on initial contact. Give kilo. Mike, that's our information. Kilo 2353 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26, 2.13, altimeter 29904. Visual approach and use 72 left end runway 0.
I cannot hear him.
Because he's talking too damn fast.
Parallel runway operations and effect advised on initial contact. Give kilo. Mike, that's our information. Kilo 2353 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26, 2.13, altimeter 29904. Visual approach and use 72 left end runway 0. This air emissions.
He's saying runway 28 left and runway 28 right. He's saying it too goddamn fast.
On initial contact. Give kilo.
All right. Our wind is calm.
Yep.
2994.
Okay.
2353 Zulu, wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear.
Now I gotta find the airport.
Yes. And I have to call the tower too. Oh yeah, where are ya?
Yeah, good. You got distracted, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It's a better direction to get
Buy yourself
distracted.
some time. Yeah, well, and you bought yourself some time, didn't you?
Sure. I guess I was just saying better direction than that way.
Yeah,
versus the
right.
Class
That's
Bravo.
true. That's true. How are we doing on the Class Bravo?
We are good still. We need to
Okay.
stay below. We'll have to be below 3,000.
Below 3,000. Okay.
Oh, we can level off here, I'd say. 2550. And we want full stop. Taxi back?
Yes, please. I do not like push buttons, I can tell you that right now.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry. All right, so a good way to do this is look for the rotating beacon if you want to start looking for the airport. But if you have an idea how far we are from the airport, we'll give them a call before we get to Class Delta.
About 8 miles.
Okay. And
So-
are we on number 1? We are. Very good. Man, you are so far ahead of me.
Mike Love Tower, Skyhawk 5, sorry.
So
0,
what runway would you expect from this way?
Here, Romeo is 10 miles to the west inbound for full stop. Kilo.
28 right, possibly?
Okay, let's see what he says.
279 Sierra Romeo, flank tower, intro left down, runway 28 left.
28 left.
Okay.
Yeah, 28 left. That makes more sense.
Sierra Romeo.
All right. All right, 8 miles to the south, inbound for full stop.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 70392, 8 miles to the south, looking for full stop taxi back with Kilo.
For 70392, flank tower, intro left, base, runway 28 left.
Left base, runway 28 left, Cessna 3992.
All right, so now we know the airport's out in front of us, right?
Yes.
All right, so what we're looking for is a white and green flash.
Okay.
See that white one?
Yep,
and then
I
the
see
green
it
one?
right there, yeah.
Good, so the beacon is
Right there on the corner.
It's on the southwest corner of the airport, so your runway is going to be over there, isn't it?
Okay.
You see that? And what did he want you to do?
Left base for runway 28 left.
Good. So you have parallel runways out there, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. And what's our pattern altitude going to be?
1900.
Very good. It's weird at night, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and we're going to an unfamiliar airport.
Yeah.
We're loading you up a little bit. You're doing good, though.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the challenge is going to be find the runway. You see the beacon. Now, are we sure that's flying cloud?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, we got a pink line going there. I've got the river valley going across there. I can tell because it's all dark. Right, whole bunch of lights down here on this side. And I got the rotating beacon or airport beacon right out at my 12 o'clock.
Sure.
392, you going to stay in the pattern after your taxi back or depart the area?
You want to do another landing here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's almost stay in the pattern.
I will stay in the pattern, Cessna 392.
Roger.
Why not?
Sure.
And you already have flying cloud on the plates, in your plates
I
folder,
believe so,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
I will pull that up right now. This guy right.
There you go, good. So we'll be ready for that.
090, remember instructions, continue northeastbound. Right
So 28 left and 28 right. Which runway will it be? If you're looking at both of them head on, which one's it going to be?
The one closest to us.
Okay, good, yeah. And it'll be the one on the left.
Yes.
Parallel runways always think, hey, am I going to the correct runway? Don't say right runway, the correct runway. Yeah, you can see how you could mess that up. It's late, you could be fatigued. I'm sorry, and you said the pattern altitude was what?
1900.
Very good.
Alright, gas is on both, undercarriage down, mixture rich, propeller fast, carburetor heat's on, and our seat belts are on.
Good deal. So your first landing, it's going to feel a little different. The taxiway lights, you're going to want to focus right where the taxiway lights are, or the landing lights, your landing lights.
Okay.
But remember, we've got the runway edge lights out there for us, and so that's what you're going to use for helping determine your height above the ground. Do everything like normal, fly your normal speeds, normal flap settings. We'll just make this first one a normal landing since you did a soft field takeoff for your first night takeoff.
Sure.
And what I like to do when I come to an airport tonight is start looking for, can I start making out where the runways are versus the taxiways and just the beacon?
Sure, I can see blue lights.
Yeah, I can too, yeah.
But the runway lights are still kind of hard to see from where we are, so maybe I'm going to actually move out here a ways. As I can see runway, would that be 318, 36?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too, right. I saw that, so now I'm getting my orientation for the runway.
And there's 1900.
Cessna 392, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Runway 28 left, clear to land, Cessna 392.
That was easy?
Yeah. And I can see Valley Fair.
At this airport, if you needed to have the lights turned up or down, you'd have to ask the tower.
Okay.
Once the tower closes, you have control with your microphone.
090, runway 28 right.
All right, how's it feeling here? It's a little deceptive at nighttime flying.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give myself some more room.
Okay, that sounds
great. That could be traffic out there, I see.
Yep. Notice how fast he's moving?
Yeah.
So he's either close to us and, but more likely that's one of the jets off of Minneapolis. Minneapolis Airport's right at 12 o'clock.
Okay. I think I want a little bit longer final just so I can kind of...
And remember, you have those pappies working for you too, right? They're awesome help at night.
Yeah, except for wasn't in the airport facilities directory that from the left, like 6 degrees to the left of...
Ooh, yeah, one of them was 6 degrees. I thought it was for 3-6, but you might be right.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure.
We'll take a look.
Ooh, it's dark.
Yeah, it sure is. Do you see the runway end identifier lights?
I do.
Yeah.
And I see them on the right runway as well. Okay.
Okay, good.
Yes, I see both runways.
Okay, good. You could see how you could confuse that.
Yes.
That is a threat.
Judging distance is a little bit harder, though.
It is, yeah. So I want you to just use your eyeballs now. Don't use your iPad anymore.
Okay.
Let's just, here, I'll hold your iPad for, I'll take it off your lap for now.
Perfect.
I'm going to put it under my seat. I'll give it back to you after you land. You can look at the,
All right, I'm going to add some
I
flag.
like it. And now you can see those pappies starting to come in. Would you think you're high or low or right on right now?
I guess I don't see the pappies.
Look at that
Okay.
traffic, 2700.
Oh, we're high.
Yeah, right.
Zero traffic, sun,
So
right downwind, north parallel.
Use a little bit more flaps
Very
here.
good. And now use that same aiming point technique you're so good at during the day.
Okay. And we're on final, so I can use my third flaps here.
Very good. Now those pappies are starting to come into...
All right, now we're on the glide slope.
Beautiful. And then fight for that center line. There you go. And we were clear to land.
Yes, we were.
Flight area to Lima, current altimeter 29906.
That's 65 knots.
Excellent.
A little bit low.
Good.
There we go.
Nice. They're helpful, aren't they, those pappies?
Yeah, they are.
You could do it without them, but they are sure helpful. And we are looking at 28 left.
Yes, that's 28 right.
28 right, and you'll see the numbers. Your landing light will actually light up the numbers as well. So that's something to just one last thing to catch as you come a little closer. Looking really nice. Using that aim point.
There we go. I can see 28 left.
Very good. Nice landing lights on this airplane. Good. Remember to use those your peripheral vision.
Check AOA. Caution. Too slow. Too slow.
Ooh, a little bit
Too
hard.
slow.
All right. Keep that nose up. Nice, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, first night landing in the books.
All right, I'm not making F.
Okay.
Cessna 392, turn left at Gulf and contact ground 121.7.
All right, turn left at Gulf and then contact ground 121.7, Cessna 392.
Good. Just go ahead and get yourself off the runway there before you do that. You don't want to miss a turn. We can always do the radios. Aviate, navigate, then communicate.
Tower, Wednesday 47 is with you at 2700.
Wednesday 47, flank Tower, circle up southeast for a left.
Good. So these yellow lines here, you see there's one to the right and one to the left. So that's your lead-off taxiway line. That's kind of nice for nighttime flying.
Left base for 28 left.
Wednesday 47, just to clarify, you planning a full stop to pick up your next clearance on the ground?
We'd like to do a touch and go, but if a full stops, it's easier. We can do that as well. Midday 47.
No, we just coordinated the full stop. I just
Hard to see those,
approach again.
the hold short lines. So
Yeah,
I
it
just
sure
pull
is.
a little bit further, 121.7.
Sounds good. And it's all yours. You're still flying just like you do during the day.
All right, our flaps are up. Okay. Carburetor heat is cold. Make sure we can lean for taxi.
Sure, I'm just going to keep my finger on it, just so we don't forget.
Okay. And lights as required. So
All
should
right.
we turn the
I
strobe?
throw the strobes off, and the landing light can come off, too. You just need the taxi light for taxi.
Okay.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Nicely done, man.
Clearance, Falcon.
And then I would have my plate up since you are unfamiliar with this airport.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we are on golf.
Kilo
Very
flying
good.
cloud, ground that is much
So
clearer.
what would you expect for a clearance?
Okay.
Golf, then Bravo,
Looking
cross
for
runway 36.
clearance
Yeah.
Then Charlie 228 left.
Excellent. Let's see what he says.
Falcon 463 Alpha Kilo.
I'm going to actually have my scratch pad out and then I'll open.
Falcon 463
Excellent.
Alpha Kilo, clear to Gulf Echo Gulf
Okay, listen to
Airport
clearance
via
first.
direct High Noon, direct Genio, direct Dakota, direct Aberdeen,
The
direct
big airports have a separate frequency for these clearances.
Okay.
expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.7, block 1624.
And then he's going to read it back.
He's got to read it back.
Okay, we're cleared direct High Noon, Genio, Dakota, Aberdeen, then destination. Climb 3000, expect 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.7, squawk 1624. Falcon 463 Alpha Kilo.
Falcon 3 Alpha Kilo, read back correct. Are you ready to taxi?
In about 5 minutes. 3 Alpha Kilo.
Roger.
All right.
Flying Cloud Ground, Aero 279er Sierra Romeo is off of 28 right on Foxtrot. Looking to go back to Thunderbird.
Aero 279er Sierra Romeo, flying Cloud Ground, taxi to Thunderbird via Alpha.
Thunderbird via Alpha, have a great rest of your night.
Good night.
And then do we say taxi back?
Yeah, taxi back to 28 left, yep.
Okay.
For staying in the pad. He should know that already.
All right.
Flying Cloud Ground, Cessna 7039er 2 on Golf, looking to taxi back to runway 28 left.
Cessna 7039er 2, flying Cloud Ground, runway 28 left, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 36 on Bravo.
All right.
Bravo, and then cross runway 36 and stay on Bravo, Cessna 39er 2.
Beautiful, man.
All right, that's
All
kind of
right.
what we expected.
Very good.
So, right there, and then
Yeah.
he didn't say Charlie, but
He did not, but it'd be full length, so that would be the expected taxi, exactly. All right, what'd you think about your first night flight there?
that was cool.
Oh, good, I'm glad.
All right, I'm going to turn the light off here. Should be easier to take off here.
Yeah, you got lights.
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice how your taxiway light, your landing and taxiway lights really lit up that runway nice, didn't it?
It sure did, yeah.
All right, we're on Bravo.
Okay.
We're taxiing. We're cleared to cross 36, I heard.
That's what I heard.
All right.
And I have it written down, too.
Oh, very good. Double and triple and quadruple check. See the wig lights up there for 36? The yellow flashing lights?
Ah, yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is
That's
cool.
telling you you're approaching a runway. They've done everything they can to make it easy for you to know when you're getting close to a runway. Yet we still have runway incursions.
So that would be AV8 and in-flight?
Is it? I think they are, yeah.
Or unless they're back here, but...
Yeah, they are on the north side, I know that. Now you can see all the airplanes up in the sky. They're coming into Minneapolis, too.
Oh, yeah.
Whole different environment at night, though, isn't it?
It is.
Just test you here, too. You look at that.
Oh, wow.
Not bad with taxiway lights. You don't know, you can't see anything in front of you, right? But you could at least hold the center line just using your peripheral vision.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be tricky with no lights.
It's tricky with no lights. On this airplane, it's great because we have two lights. We have a taxiway, so if I swapped them, put the landing light on, you could still taxi just fine.
Sure.
Yep. They're just aimed a little differently. I think the landing light is actually aimed up slightly because you're kind of coming in at an angle. All right, runway 36, I heard.
Yep, and this is 36.
I see 36. All right. That night, there
Turn
you
all
go.
of our lights.
Awesome. Watch, you're going to light up like a Christmas tree. That way, if somebody were landing on 36,
Hopefully they go around.
they would see you, right? Or if you were landing on a runway and saw those lights, you'd do the same. Nice that they have all those lights backlit for us. Are the signs, the signs are backlit. And you can take your time. No run-up needed, but you can take your time when you get to the end here and do your up before takeoff.
Okay.
You see the hold short line there? This is kind of a ramp hold short, I think, or something, but I'm not sure what they've got going here. Oh, it says taxi. They don't want you landing here.
Okay.
That's what those words say is taxi.
So taxi up to the...
Yeah, just as long as you don't cross the hold short lines.
Sure.
Yep. So wherever you would normally, if you want to do it here, if somebody can get around you, whatever you want to do. Won't take you long to do the before takeoff check. Maybe leave it open here.
Sure.
If somebody needs to go by you.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, close your eyes.
All right.
All right, before takeoff, brakes are set, cabin doors and windows. Close mine. Flight controls.
Good.
Good, elevator trim. Bring it down just a little bit here. Flight instruments. We set our altimeter when we got here.
Great.
And heading indicator still looks good. Vertical speed is good. Okay. And fuel selector valve is on both. Mixture to rich. Throttle 1700. We'll
Yeah.
that part carb heat ammeter throttle. Okay. We can turn our lights back on.
Sure.
And throttle friction lock. Good. Flaps are up. Okay. And radios. Okay. Transponders. Good. And takeoff briefing.
Don't have to do one. You did one already.
Okay. Brakes released, and we'll note the time. Should I?
No, that's okay. We've got the time from the first one, so we're good there. We're not burning much fuel at all right now.
Okay.
All right. How do you feel?
Feel good?
Good. We're going to try this without a landing or taxi light on the takeoff. I'm going to turn those off for you once you get on the runway.
Okay. All right. Taxi on up there. Look at that.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I say look at that like you haven't seen that a million
Yeah.
times.
He doesn't have a landing or taxi light on, does he?
No.
All right, is that a big airplane or a small one? Looks like a small one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See the dash lines on either side of the center line here, too?
Yeah.
That's telling you you're getting close to a runway. We don't have those, I don't think, at Anoka.
Okay.
I can't remember if we do.
And there's traffic in the pattern up there.
Yeah, right. Probably landing 2-8 right, but we don't know.
Okay. All right. 28 left. Ready for takeoff? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 70392 at runway 28 left, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 70392, Flying Cloud Tower, extend your upwind, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
all right.
Extend upwind, cleared for takeoff, runway 28 left, Cessna 3902.
Good deal. He was doing a touch and go, apparently.
Okay.
All right. I heard clear for takeoff and extend the upwind.
That's what I heard.
Flying Cloud Tower, Midstate 47, touch and go.
And did you say you're going to do it without
Yeah, once you turn onto the runway and you're lined up, I'm going to turn them off. In fact, I'm going to turn them off as you get up close to the edge here. Use your taxiway lights and runway lights as your guide.
Okay.
We're not required to have one for takeoff or landing, are we?
Those lights at in-flight kind of help.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah, you get a little reflection off of them. So the center of the gap in the threshold here, you're going to see the L on 28 left. Now use your peripheral vision to keep you on the center of that runway.
Contact Minneapolis approach, Midstate 47,
All right. How's our oil pressure, oil temperature?
They look good.
Airspeed alive?
Airspeed is alive.
All right. Good. Keep those eyes outside. You really want to go look at, now you can see the red end bars on the threshold on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see where the lights go amber. Last 2,000 feet of the runway, the runway edge lights are amber. Very cool. But notice now, not much horizon to look at, is there?
No, not a ton.
Yeah, so that's where your eyes have to come back inside. Am I climbing at VY? Then you go back outside and look. You're as close to instrument flying as you can legally get as a VFR pilot right now.
Sure.
Cessna 3902 left crosswind approved.
All right.
Left crosswind, Cessna 3902.
Very good.
64 Victoria Parking.
You can turn your landing and taxi lights back on for
turn right, Alpha 2,
to be able to be seen by others.
All right.
Alpha 2, 121.7, 64 Victor. Flying Cloud Tower, 5254 Delta, holding short 28, ready for departure.
5254 Delta, Flying Cloud Tower, right, turn approved.
That is
Now you can see the approach lighting system off your left shoulder for 10 right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right turn approved, 5254 Delta.
I see a bunch of airplanes out there.
Yeah, those are all going into or out of Minneapolis. They look like they were just across the river, but they're out there a ways. I got one that looks a little closer that's going left to right here at 12 o'clock. One of the things I like about night flying is airplanes are a lot easier to see.
All right. Gases on both, undercarriage down, mixture rich, propeller fast, carburetor heats on, and our seat belts are on.
Cessna 3902, I'll call your base turn traffic will depart prior to arrival.
All right.
You'll call my base, Cessna 3902.
Now, notice it's a little tougher to see the runway edge lights, although you can still see them from here, but...
Yes.
Yeah. It's really pretty, isn't it? It's so cool. You don't think about how well an airport is lit until you actually see them at night. I got traffic at about 12 o'clock there. See them there moving left to right?
I do.
I think he's probably coming out of Minneapolis off of 17, but I'm not sure. Something to keep in mind here, and I would have my iPad up on the maps just because he's going to call you extend your downwind.
Oh, absolutely.
You just don't know where that Class Bravo comes to an end.
We are below 2,300 feet.
Exactly.
So that next ring won't.
Tower Falcon 463 Alpha Kilo is ready for departure on 28 left.
Falcon 463 Alpha Kilo flight guitar. Cessna lifting up the north parallel will be northwestbound. Fly heading 280, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Heading 280, clear for takeoff, 28 left. 3 Alpha Kilo.
Cessna 3902, base approved, runway 28 left, cleared for the option.
All right.
Base turn and then cleared for the option, runway 28 left, Cessna 3902.
I see downtown Minneapolis straight at about 11 o'clock there. You can see the Twin Stadium, actually. That really bright light to the left of the downtown is the Twin Stadium.
Sure. All right. We're pretty high here.
Okay.
So I'm going to add more flaps.
I like it. So he just cleared a Falcon jet off the runway of 28 left.
Okay.
A Falcon is a jet. It's a pretty good sized jet, actually.
All right.
He never told you caution wake turbulence, but you can see that, or he's just taking the runway now.
He's on the runway?
See him?
I do.
Yep.
Or he's on the...
3902, change to 28 right, runway 28 right, cleared for the option.
28 right, clear for the option, Cessna 3902.
How do you feel about that?
It's okay. I just have to readjust my center line.
Excellent.
And I'm high, so I can lose some altitude, and I'm slow, so...
Pappies are helpful, aren't they?
They are. I feel like we're gonna drop through that glide slope.
Very
here.
good, yeah. Use that aim point. You're so good at it. There, now you got one red.
I think that we're still...
Yeah, looking good.
There we go.
So use that aim point. You're just aiming now. Change your aim point to the runway itself, not the pappies. There you go.
Check AOA. Caution, too slow, too slow, too slow.
Nice.
Falcon 3 Alpha Kilo, contact Minneapolis departure.
Contact departure, 3 Alpha Kilo.
For 3902, turn right at Foxtrot and contact ground.
Right on Foxtrot, and then contact ground, Cessna 3902.
Oh, that's fun.
Way to go. That was great.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Runway change.
Close your eyes.
All right.
All right. After landing, our flaps are up. Okay. And carburetor heat is cold. Mixture, we can lean for taxi. And lights, we can turn off our strobe and landing.
Beautiful.
I want to get the scratch pad.
Right.
out.
What would would you expect for a taxi clearance here, maybe on that plate?
Alpha, cross runway 18.
Yeah,
And
an Alpha all the way to the end, maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
I always like to look at it just before I taxi, especially at an unfamiliar airport.
Sure. All right.
Flying Cloud Ground, Cessna 70392 on Foxtrot, looking to taxi back to runway 28 right.
Cessna 70392, flying Cloud Ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 36 on Alpha.
Alpha, cross runway 36 for runway 28 right, Cessna 3902.
Beautiful. Makes sense?
It sure does.
That's why I always like to do the pre-look at it. Like, all right, well, that makes sense. Let's see, on this one we will let's plan on going to Air Lake.
Okay.
For a landing at Air Lake. We're going to bring you to all the airports you've never been to before.
Sure.
But you don't need to tell them that till you're ready to depart. You can let them know it'll be a whatever direction departure you think that is.
Southeast?
It should be southeast. I didn't want to give you the answer. Make you work for it.
I'm going to just open my window here for a minute.
So this is an example of a very well-lit airport.
Sure.
They did a nice job with this. They use the LEDs, so they're bright. They got the wig-wag or the runway identification lights where the flashing yellow lights are. There's lots of ambient lighting around the outside here with all the street lamps. I don't actually care for that because it ruins your night vision.
Sure. And there's an airplane. Looks like he's ready to taxi here soon.
Right, exactly. It's very busy here at Flying Cloud. And on your chart, if you look, it looks like it makes a little whifferdale, a little bit of a left and then a right turn, doesn't it? And you can see how Alpha shows you. Thanks for lighting us up there, buddy. See how Alpha kind of goes off to the left slightly there?
Yeah.
All right. It'd be real tempting to go straight ahead.
It sure would, yeah.
All right, that looks clear on this side, on 3-6.
Okay, this is a good angle to see down the
It
runway.
really is, yeah.
Looks good. I see a couple blinking lights, but those are way out there.
Okay. Get all our lights on for that crossing.
Flying Cloud Tower, November 7114 Alpha, ready to be with Lima, looking at taxi and remain in the pattern.
Archer
You get a little
7114
tailwind
Alpha,
now.
flying Cloud Ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
28 right via Alpha, 14 Alpha.
Nice.
Okay, I see somebody else on this taxiway that's coming straight at us.
You sure do.
Archer 14 Alpha, give way to a opposite direction Cessna that's going to be pulling into
28
Alpha
right.
1 as well.
So we're going to go into Alpha
We'll
1.
give way to the Cessna. And
So turn your landing light out, your taxi light off. That's just good courtesy for an head on. So he told him he's going to follow us at Alpha 1. Are we going to Charlie?
That is Charlie, no.
We're going to go to Alpha 1, correct? Yep. So he was told to follow us, and then what you're doing by turning your taxiway light off is that you're not blinding him.
Sure.
Yeah, saving his night vision. Just good courtesy.
Flying Cloud Ground, Cessna 2436 Whiskey at Thunderbird, ready to taxi for a close traffic pattern with Lima.
Everybody's coming out and get their night
Cessna
currency.
2436 Whiskey, flying Cloud Ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 36 on Alpha.
Okay.
All right.
Via Alpha, cross 36 on Alpha, 2436 Whiskey.
All right, so before takeoff, we got our brakes, cabin doors, and windows.
I'll get mine in a second here.
Close that. Flight controls are good. Elevator trim to takeoff. Okay.
I think you have a light here too, don't you? Yeah,
Oh, that's
look at
nice. All right, our flight instruments are good.
that. Sorry.
All right.
Forgot
And
about that
fuel
light.
selector valve is on both. Mixture you can put to rich. And beacon, nav, and strobe lights. So
Yeah, you might want to wait till we're clear for takeoff for that, just because you got people around. You don't want to blind them.
flaps up, transponder radios. Okay. And brakes released. And note the time. Okay.
Okay. And if you want to let them know, it'll be a southeast departure, you said?
Yeah.
For Lakeville, did you want to put that in your iPad before we depart?
Sure.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea.
What's the identifier?
It's KLVN, Kilo Lima Victor November.
KLVM.
November.
Oh. And
There you go.
Kelvin. All right.
All right.
All right.
What's the base of the class Bravo? any higher than?
3,000.
3,000 if we're on the line, okay.
All right, flying cloud tower.
Flying Cloud Tower, Cessna 70392, runway 28 right, ready for takeoff. This will be a southeastbound departure.
Cessna 70392, Flying Tower, roger, wind 0505, turn left on course, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
All right.
28 right, clear for takeoff, Cessna 392.
You can slide that light, that switch right here up. That's kind of a nice feature.
All right, we can turn our strobes.
Yeah, very good. And your taxi light too, even.
Oh yeah.
There you go. And it'll be, I heard left turn out approved. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Flying Cloud Tower, November 711, 4 Alpha, short 28 right, ready.
Airspeed's alive.
Yep.
Engine
And
instruments in the green.
Archer 7114 Alpha, Flying Tower, wind 0504, make right traffic, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, we'll make right traffic.
That's something that horizon is non-existent right now.
yeah.
A little bit of lights over here, over here. That's why you just, don't be afraid to use those instruments. Scan inside to double check your instruments. You could lose orientation pretty quickly. It's actually one of the better examples of that I've seen right after takeoff. Now you get a little higher, you can start seeing lights.
Sure. Okay, and there's 500.
Awesome.
So, left turn. And I think we'll pick 2,500 as a cruising.
Sounds good. Next stop, Lakeville.
All right.
Does Lakeville have a beacon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, airplanes are so much easier to see.
Aren't they something? Yeah, they also look a lot closer than they
Archer
actually
14
are.
Alpha, runway 28 right, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 28 right, 14 Alpha.
I see traffic, maybe,
Okay.
straight out in front of us. I see some blinking lights, so that could either be traffic or a tower. So
Okay, good.
I'll keep an eye on those. I don't see a green light, but I do see red.
That's interesting. We just over the river. I usually get that at night. Sometimes you fly over a plant or something, you'll get a little bit of heat rising as well, but that's more in the wintertime.
Sure.
All right. How are we doing on the Class Delta? Just about to exit it?
Yes.
Nice job at Flying Cloud.
Thank you.
Yeah. A little trickier with the parallel runways, but great job sliding over to the right. That was a good call on the tower's part, as well as got traffic leaving the 28 left. It took them forever to get off the ground.
Do you think he just wasn't expecting us to turn base so soon?
Could be. We were a little high, weren't we? A little close.
Sure.
But when he says it's okay to turn base, he knows you could turn right now if he tells you that.
Yeah.
iPad's nice, isn't it?
It is. So we're out of the Delta, so can we switch frequencies?
What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got no...
1000, temperature 17 Celsius, dew point 13, altimeter 29er 8.
Attention all Air Lake traffic. Runway 30 is designated calm wind runway. When flying the pattern for runway 12, use road traffic.
So 12.
Lakeville, Air Lake Airport, automated weather observation 0124, Zulu, weather, wind, calm, visibility 10, clear, below 12,000, temperature 17 Celsius, dew point 13, altimeter 29er 8.
Attention all.
I love it. You're like a radio wizard. That's so cool. You know what's coming next. That's what I really like. You're thinking about what's next.
Yeah, thank you. So, it said runway 30 is a calm wind runway.
Yeah,
and
so
it is calm right now.
That's exactly right. That's what he's telling you is, hey, if there's no wind, we'd rather that you use 30. I think it's just for noise abatement is what it is.
And that would work well for us if we kind of go out to the south and then enter on the 45-degree left downwind.
That sounds good to me.
30.
What's our pattern altitude going to be?
1960.
Very good. Have you spotted the airport yet?
I think so. Yep. Right there.
Yeah, how do you know it's it?
Because I can see the beacon.
Yeah, I can see the beacon.
And the runway end identifier.
Yeah, very good. I see runway end identifier lights, and if we were to look that up in our, I'll look it up here on the airport facilities directory. Keep watching for traffic. I'm heads down here for a second.
Okay.
It says for Air Lake Airport Facilities Directory, runway 12 does have runway end identifier lights. Runway 30 is going to have medium intensity approach lighting system with runway alignment indicator.
Okay. There must be a large issue going on down there. That looks like police cars, doesn't
Yes, it does.
A lot of them.
A lot of police cars.
Anyways.
Got traffic out here about 1 to 2 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, I
Think
see.
about our altitude. Remember, we don't have traffic like Brian does in his fancy airplane. You see how distracted he can get with all those avionics, though?
Oh, yeah.
It's honestly, Bob's belief, too much to look at. You tend to spend too much time looking inside.
All right, gas on both, undercarriage down, mixture rich, propeller fast, and carburetor heats on. Seat belts are on.
And then you want to go ahead and review your plate as well, your taxiway diagram.
Okay.
Just so we have an idea, because we're going to do a full stop and a taxi back again. Just get an idea, where is it that we're going to go?
I don't know that I've got that one downloaded for some reason.
Okay, right here it is.
Okay.
That was a good idea, hit the pack button. We forgot to do that when you're in Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a parallel runway on the north side. So if you're going to land 30, what direction do you think you want to turn? To go back to 30.
Turn to the right.
Yeah, very good. There's no taxiway designators on that diagram. God, I used to come down here all the time too. I like living my childhood again. Let's see. Go ahead and try the microphone clicks on the runway and watch what happens to the lights. So what would 3 clicks give you?
Low.
Yeah, try it.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And then try medium.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there's high.
Yeah.
Cool.
And on the other side, you're going to see you turned on the approach lighting system when you did that as well. You can't see it from this direction, but once you get on the downwind, you'll be able to see the approach lighting system.
All right. I see traffic up there at about 12 o'clock.
I do too. I think he's quite a bit higher than you are, but we'll keep an eye on him.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 70392 is 4 miles west of the airport, going to be entering a left downwind for runway 30, Air Lake.
That is the correct term to use for this.
For the airport, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You can see it right there where you see it says Air Lake just before LVN.
Yeah.
It's also right here. It's called, there's the name of it on the facilities directory, Air Lake.
Okay. I think we want to widen out just a little bit. It looks like we would just enter right into the downwind. So
sounds good.
We want that 45 degree. And almost to our traffic pattern altitude.
Nice. Remember the lights down for 15 minutes? So
click them again?
Yeah, you could, or if you think you're going to land before 15 minutes, you don't have to. You might find they're either too bright or too dim when you turn final, too.
Okay.
Yep.
There's our traffic pattern altitude.
Very good. Yeah, it looks like he's going maybe to Minneapolis, that guy is.
Okay.
I don't see any other blinky, flashy red or green lights out here, or white lights.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 3902 is entering left downwind runway 30, Air Lake.
I think that's a big like Amazon distribution place down here. You see that with all the blinking lights on it?
Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm going to do another jump check.
You got it.
On both, undercarriage down, mixture is rich, propeller fast, carburetor heat's on, and our seat belts are on. And I'd say it's better to stay close to the runway on a downwind at night because we can't really see anything else.
Okay.
So any other places to land, so want to make that if we have to.
You can see the windsocks aren't super easy to read at night. Even if they're sticking out with the wind, it's hard to see them. So the AWAS is great.
Sure.
So much better. There you go. I felt like you're maybe getting a little pinched in.
Yeah, I was looking at my heading indicator.
Yeah, right, with no wind, right? Winds are almost calm tonight.
Yeah. All right. We're in the white arc. Add my first 10 degrees.
Good, so let's start practicing on getting a descent going here too. So once you get your 10 degrees of flaps in, lowering that nose and trimming so the airplane descends. There you go. We've been kind of turning base a little high, I think, typically. So yeah, go ahead and lower that nose even more. We're barely descending. There you go.
Okay.
So about 80 knots, 75, 80 knots. There you go. And now you can see that sequence flashing lights there. See those?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah, you lose some of those visual cues, don't you?
Yeah.
Use your flight instruments as needed. Use those instruments.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 392 is turning left base, runway 30, Air Lake.
Yeah, look how dark it is right here underneath you.
Yeah.
Hardly any lights. Nice, this is looking good. You see that displaced threshold too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Green lights.
Yep.
Are the beginning of
Red
where
at the
we...
very end and the green at the, yep, that's right. All right, final looks clear. I don't see anybody sneaking in. I've seen that before here at night.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 392 is final, runway 30, Air Lake.
Okay, we're still high. I'll add my 30 degrees.
All right.
That's cool looking.
Isn't that great? How's our speed there?
A little bit slow.
Good.
And there's the
Beautiful.
wide
So
slope.
now just use that aim point on the runway. There you go. Nice. A little bright.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
Let's go around, go around, go around.
Okay.
Put that left thumb out. Put your hand on the throttle and your left thumb out. What did we miss?
Oh, carburetor
There
heat,
you go. Feel that jolt?
Yeah.
Got a little extra power. That's part of your power. We haven't done one of those for a while.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that airspeed coming up.
Good.
Tracked a little bit more. These flaps are kind of hard to go up just a little bit.
That's right. You got to just kind of finesse them. Notice here, you don't have much horizon. Those bright lights are shining right in your eyes. Possibly traffic there at 1 o'clock. Not sure. It might be distant traffic. Hard to say.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's out there a ways. Might even be a star. I won't do that to you on this one. I just want to surprise you.
Okay, sure.
Usually the best way to test your go-around skills is on a surprise.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 392 is left crosswind, runway 30, Air Lake.
Got a Friday night football game going on. That's what the lights were that was shining in your eyes.
Oh, sure. All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 392 is left downwind, runway 30, Air Lake.
Traffic out there just off to the left. See him there?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay, gas on both, undercarriage down, mixture rich, propeller fast, carburetor heat is on, and our seat belts are on.
All right, once you pull your power back to start descending, the initial power setting that you pull it back to, that's as high as you get to go if adding it back in. So let's say you reduce it to 1700 RPM. That's now your maximum power for the approach here.
Okay.
All right? So in other words, you're lost a cylinder, and all you can get is 1700 RPM out of the engine.
All right.
But that's going to happen when you reduce the throttle here.
And do you have the chart for this airport pulled up on your iPad?
I do. What do you need?
I just wanted to know the runway length.
It's 4,000. Total length without the with the displaced threshold was a little over 4,000 feet.
Okay.
Let's see, it says... Plates. 30, landing distance available 3707 at the displaced, from the displaced threshold.
Rylander, go is 4233.
Notice how it's a little trickier to fly parallel to that runway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You don't get any kind of ground track information, so I like that you were looking at your heading before, and that's what I would recommend you continue to do. There you go.
So this is
it. You don't get any more power than this. You can reduce it, but you can't add more, and you can add back to 1700, but nothing less than that.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it. Guys, 4233.
So if the engine was running rough, what are the things you would do in the cockpit here as you're flying the airplane?
My mixture back to rich, see if my gas is on both, turn my carburetor heat on.
Excellent. How about on the left side over there by your left hand, what would you do?
I'll make sure my primer's in and locked.
Yep.
Master switch is on.
Yeah, and mags are on both?
Yes.
Very good. All right, let's see how you do here. I'm going to make sure you don't cheat. And obviously if we have to go around, we have to go around. That's fine.
Sure. I'd rather be high because I can slip.
I like that concept.
And I'm not going to put flaps in yet, but I think I will need them. But
all right.
I think I'm going to slip.
Okay. And remember to bring your throttle to idle if you want to slip. You can go all the way back to 1700 if you want. So you can reduce power, you just can't add any more than 1700.
Sure, I just don't want to commit to any flaps
I hear you. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna add 20.
Okay.
Airlake traffic says 392 short final 30 Airlake.
You were busy with your emergency.
Yes. All right, just a little bit more here.
Nice.
And
one hand on that throttle, just in case. There you go.
Check AOA. Check AOA. Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Too slow.
Textbook, man.
thank you.
Air brakes.
And this looks like a taxiway here, taxiway.
Yep, no labels at an uncontrolled airport oftentimes.
All right.
Center lines are your friend. That was great, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Super awesome. Yeah, whenever you want to slip though, the power comes to idle.
Sure.
Otherwise you're just doing double. You got your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time.
All right.
And you are fully clear of the runway.
Airlake traffic, Cessna 392 is clear of the runway.
Okay, should we do our after landing checklist here?
Yeah. Isn't that great?
That is cool.
Who invented that?
All right, after landing, our flaps are up. Carburetor heat's cold. We can lean our mixture for taxi. And lights is required.
Oops, I think I bumped your GoPro there, sorry. Do you need water? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'd like some water, actually. And I have another bottle in the back seat there. And I'll grab it right now.
I can taxi while you do that.
Sure.
I have the aircraft.
You've got the aircraft.
I have the aircraft. It's hard work being a pilot. Gotta stay hydrated. See the cool FBO there? I think you can go in there and like get a pop or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that looks
classic,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, did you pull this one up on my...
I did not, no. I already had it on there.
Oh, this is my iPad. That's weird.
Or just figured out where you are by... That's probably what happened. They automatically will load it based on your geolocation.
That's cool.
Isn't that great? While I'm taxiing, I'll go ahead and keep taxiing down here because I know you know how to taxi.
Okay.
Let's set up to go to St. Paul downtown.
Okay. STP.
KSTP, correct.
All right, so if we were going to go direct, we go through the Class Bravo.
Well, that's not going to work. What's your plan? What would you like to do? You can touch and hold that line and drag it anywhere you'd like. That will give you a new waypoint.
Okay. Oops. I think we're gonna go over a plane area here on the. Well,
one of my favorites is I don't know if it's labeled on there. Is the Pine Bend Refinery? I don't know if that's actually on there.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So here's something fun, right? There's a taxiway right out here. Remember, it's a displaced threshold. Remember that from our diagrams?
Okay, yep.
So that's where this is. See where the green lights are? They're actually facing to the southeast.
Sure.
But we can taxi all the way to the end because remember we talked about that's the single chevron line, so we can actually go out all the way to the end.
Hey, I'm trying to drag the line.
It might ask you, do you want to add that to your route? I don't know if it asks you that or not.
Oh, I think so, yeah, whoops. All right, Pine Bend Refinery is our turning point.
Super easy to see in the middle of the night. That's lit up like the Emerald City. That's a Wizard of Oz reference, by the way.
I would not understand that.
No, girls would. All right. I'm going to give you the airplane back if you're ready.
All right, I've got the airplane.
You have the aircraft. We're just coming up on the intersection. You're going to see a whole short line right here that doesn't show up very well.
Okay, yep, I can see it.
See that? Yeah.
All
so
right.
it'd be easy to go past that one, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, our before takeoff, brakes are set, cabin doors and windows are closed.
I'll get mine in a second here.
Flight controls are good. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Okay. Flight instruments. Good. And our
there you go.
Elevation is 960.
And they actually have AWAS here, right? So but we got that altimeter a little while ago.
Sure. All right, flight instrument. So that looks good. Good there. And our vertical speed looks good. Fuel selector valve on both. Okay, mixture to rich. And we don't need to do a run up. Ammeter should be, looks like a slight charge. Suction won't, we're not.
Right, you're not running up, exactly.
Beacon, nav, and strobe lights, you can turn them all on. Nobody here, as far as we know. And throttle friction lock, flaps up. Okay. Radio set, okay. Transponder's good. And takeoff briefing. Would you like a takeoff briefing?
Anything you want to add to this for departure 30?
I don't.
Here at an uncontrolled airport?
I've got an aircraft right there. He looks pretty high, though.
He does, doesn't he?
So.
What are threats? How about a airplane landing the other direction? What
Sure.
would you do if that was the case?
Try to just get off the runway.
Very good, yep. Even if you had to go into the grass, you could do that.
This one down here looks a little bit lower. I don't know if that's an airplane or...
He does look lower. He's moving. And I'm going to say because of the brightness of that landing light, he's probably going to Minneapolis. But
okay,
we'll keep an eye on him.
Sure. And then note the time, and we're good.
Good. Let's set up for... We're going to end up in St. Paul, so if you want to set up your radios for that, or you'll have time to get there as well. What kind of heading are we looking at to get out of here, get to Pine Bend?
About a... let's see. 50, 47.
Okay, sounds good.
ATIS is 118. 35. Okay. Well, that's not a big movement.
Yeah, right. Nice and easy. I love it. I like having my radio set up for when I'm going to depart. If we wanted to fly to the Gopher VOR, or the Farmington VOR, what direction would we fly? You put that in. We're very close to the VOR. Good. Tune it, identify it.
Okay.
And then what direction would we fly to get to the VOR?
We would fly...
Using your OBS.
Oh.
That's not very hard, easy to see. That says from right now.
Okay. So, well.
There you go. Yeah.
About a 0.75.
Good. That makes sense looking at yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Kind of fun. You can tune it in on the ground here. Farmington's just, you could almost see it from here.
Sure.
All right. What do you think?
I think we're good.
Let's do it. All right, uncontrolled airport. Always a threats. Lots of threats.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 70392 is going to be departing runway 30.
I didn't see anybody on final.
Me neither.
At night, they should have lights on, right? Doesn't mean they do. Maybe they forgot, didn't do their checklist. Hopefully they see us with all of our blinking, flashing lights.
Yeah.
So when you get on the runway, here's the display's threshold, right? See the single white line? There you go.
Make sure they're back on again.
Very good, otherwise they'll turn off or go to dim. Oh, they just went bright?
Yeah. Are we? So those are actually in the pavement.
They are, yeah. And the green lights are in the pavement too, aren't they?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, isn't that neat? And it's okay for us to take off here, just can't land on this side of the green.
All right.
All right, here we go. Airspeed's good. Engine instruments are good.
Yes.
You got one landing in you for St. Paul and one in Anoka? You feel good for the...
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
You feel okay for that?
Yeah.
Starts getting late, you start getting fatigued. It's been a long day.
Sure.
What's your plan for departure here? What are you going to do?
I will actually make just normal traffic and depart straight out at the downwind.
Okay. What's the book say you should do?
We straight out.
Straight out till above traffic pattern altitude, right?
Okay.
That makes sense. Does that make sense to you?
Straight out from...
Straight off from 30.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Continue your climb. For now, but for me, I would climb straight ahead now.
Okay.
Until I'm above pattern altitude, then I'll go on course.
Okay.
What we don't want to do is conflict with any traffic, and the best way to get out of the pattern as quickly as you can, straight off the runway until you get above the traffic pattern altitude, and then make your turn. We'll verify that when we do our debrief. But.
Sure.
Essentially what you want to do is get away from the airport as fast as you can, get above traffic pattern altitude, then you can start your turn.
Okay.
So now you're above pattern altitude, now you can go on your course.
Sure.
You're just trying to deconflict yourself with other airplanes. And I know there's nobody out here tonight, but you don't know.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to tell you, when you make this turn, you're going to see the lights of the Pine Bend Refinery pilotage will work just great. And you said about a what heading?
For like a 5050.
050, good. I got traffic there at about 11 o'clock, but I'm going to say he's going into Minneapolis as well. They're all on a high left base for going into Minneapolis. Okay. And what's our class what's the class Bravo's altitudes you were going to need for going over this way?
3,000 until the Pine Bend,
Great.
and then 2,300.
Awesome.
So I could stay right here, actually.
I like it. I like going as high as I can, class Bravo being the restriction, but the higher the better if my engine quits. If it quit right now, where would you go?
Back to the airport.
Where is it?
Right below us.
Very good. And I'll usually make a call at this point too, you know, just saying, hey, I'm over the top of the airport northeastbound.
All right.
Air Lake traffic, Cessna 392. We are flying over the field at 2,500 northeastbound.
Very good. I love it. I used to love doing night flights when I was a flight instructor. We'd do almost exactly this. We'd go around the whole Twin Cities.
Sure. That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. So now just kind of sit back and enjoy. You tell me when you think you see Pine Bend Refinery.
I do see a pretty bright light there. That could
right.
be.
That whole complex is a giant emerald city. That's Pine Bend Refinery, what you see at about 11 to 12 o'clock.
Okay. There's traffic right above them. Probably about, right above the Pine Bend.
Oh, very good. You see them?
Yeah.
Good.
And another one even higher. They're probably in the class Bravo.
I see that, yeah. What if your engine quit right now? Where are you going to go?
I might be able to make it back to Air Lake.
Right on. Remember this function too, nearest airport. There it tells you exactly how close the nearest airports are.
Sure.
So that's about your only choice right now. Yeah, you can see him descending. But
yes.
He should be, his requirement is he has to stay in class Bravo. When we're going into an airport that's served like Minneapolis, the jets have to stay in the class Bravo, we have to stay out of it.
Okay.
The other thing I love about night flying is it's so smooth.
It is.
Look, he's making a pretty hard turn there. Isn't that great?
Oh yeah.
So you're seeing wingtip lights, but they're white and they're on the back of his wingtips. So just like we have the white nav light on our rudder, he's got one on each of the trailing edges of the wingtips.
Sure.
Trying to see if there's any other traffic out here that you can get an idea where the lights are at. Oh yeah, very good. I'm guessing he's going into Minneapolis too.
All right.
That's just from experience is what that is. I see a pretty good sized tower straight south of Pine Bend. You see that tall one there? It's blinking red and white, or red?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that on your map anywhere? Straight south of? Yeah, you got several of them out there, don't you?
And fourth.
Makes sense. Here's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them. Look how tall that one is.
800 feet right there. I think.
Yeah, right. That would make sense. If you overlean, this is what it's going to feel like. And you're descending and you overlean. So what should your hands immediately do? There you go. I'll lean you back out here.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to get below 2,300 just because.
All right.
I'll put my carburetor heat on.
Sounds good. And I did re-lean you there too, so you might want to consider that when you start a descent. There you go. Another tall tower right here. Thing with this is it's Stanton, it showed Stanton Airport there for a second. That has no lights. So that's something to consider tonight. Yeah, it might be my nearest airport, but I'm not going to see it.
Sure.
You saw how hard it was to see Brian's, and we flew right over the top of his.
Yeah. I basically lost it as soon as we turned our crosswind.
Exactly.
Man, it's dark.
Isn't it something? And yet you get a sense of just how many lights there are out here. So you said that one's 800 feet tall, huh? That tower, that's your best guess?
Yes.
That's the tallest one out here.
So,
and we're going to be at 2,200 or 2,000, so we're only a couple hundred feet above that tower if we were to fly over it. That is a tall tower.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if you can actually see, but you can actually see the shore view antennas right up there. They're
Oh, yeah.
blinking red, yeah.
And we're below the ceiling for the inner ring.
Very good.
But I wonder if we can get the ATIS.
Sounds good.
To get a proper altimeter. So.
Runway 1. Advise initial.
Just remember to keep flying the airplane if you're happy with this altitude. I don't know what power setting you want, but there you go.
30.
I can't quite hear it yet. So
all right.
Get a little bit closer.
Isn't it fun to fly at night, though?
It is.
Yeah. Only thing I don't like is I can't see any potential landing spots if my engine fails. Maybe a good idea to have guard in number 2, 121.5 and number 2 until you're ready to listen to the ATIS, especially since we know there's a TFR out there. We're a good long ways away from it, but now, one of the things you could argue is this could be in the interest of national security. They don't want you flying over large crowds. They don't want you flying over dams, power plants. What do you think about refineries?
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't. I mean, there could be flammable stuff.
Yeah, if it were me, I guess, Leo, what I'd probably do is go either around to the south or the north of it. I don't know whatever you're comfortable with, but I would probably not. In the old days, I'd have said just fly right over it. But since 9/11, I would probably try to go at least on the edge of it, anyways.
Okay.
If you were down over Prairie Island Nuclear Plant, that's another one. They don't want you loitering, I guess is the better way to put it. I'm sorry. It says they don't want you loitering over it. So
Sure.
yeah, maybe you're okay flying over it.
Okay.
What you wouldn't want to do is sit here and circle and take pictures.
Sure.
That would be loitering. That might get somebody's attention. It's not illegal. It's not prohibited. They just don't want you to do it.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I spoke a little too soon. It's a loitering issue, so flying over it is fine. I wouldn't want to land in it.
Let's see if we can hear the...
St. Paul Downtown Airport information, November 01530. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 20, dew point 16, altimeter 299.7. Visual approach and east, landing and departing runway 14. Advise initial contact you have November. St. Paul Downtown Airport information, November 01530. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 20, dew point 16, altimeter 299.7. Visual approach and east, landing and departing runway 14. Advise initial contact you have November. St. Paul Downtown Airport information, November 01530. Wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 20, dew point 16, altimeter 299.7. Visual approach and east, landing and departing runway 14. Advise initial contact you have November. St. Paul Downtown Airport.
Okay. Good. Do we fly by any other airports on the way?
Yes. Fleming Field?
Yeah, South St. Paul. Are we going to go right over it, or are you going to go a little east of it? Looks like it has you going right over it, so you might want to stay a little east of it. There you go. I love it. So if it were me, and I've got some local knowledge here, I would continue out to the dark spot here where the river starts,
okay.
And then I'd follow the river up. I would want to stay east of the South St. Paul Airport, and you should be spotting the South St. Paul Airport here shortly if you haven't already.
I can see it, yep.
Yeah, right. So if it were me, I'd keep that under my left wingtip by a little distance. You could fly right over it, but we're only going to be a couple hundred feet above pattern altitude if you do.
All right. And are we just at St. Paul, a full stop?
Full stop taxi back, yep.
Okay.
He might ask you, yeah, let's see what he says.
All right, I'm going to get myself oriented towards the
yeah, you bet.
airport
right.
before.
Right on. We got time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're under the class Bravo.
Very good. I love that I make you fly somewhere you've never been before on your first night flight. You're doing great.
Thank you. Well, we have been to...
We've been to St. Paul.
Yeah, just not the other two,
That's right.
That's cool. Okay. There's traffic above us. They're probably...
Very good.
Oh, and off to our... Probably
yeah, no, that one's a little lower. That one I would expect to be something that could be a conflict for us.
Yeah.
Which way is he going?
Looks like he's going east or south. South or south.
Do you see a green or red light?
Red light.
Yeah, just the red flashing, don't you? Do you see a nav light at all? I don't.
I don't, so
maybe a
probably
wingtip.
south?
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going south. Or away from us. Do you see South St. Paul Airport yet?
I think so. That looks like
the closer one here that you're looking at. Do you see the Pappies?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not St. Paul. That's Fleming Field, right? Or
yes, South. Yeah, Fleming, right? Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant South St. Paul Airport.
Oh.
The Fleming Field Airport. That's what I meant.
Sure.
You see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. You know, you could test that. Is you could just go switch to number 2.
Okay.
And then click the lights 5 times and see if they go up or down.
Maybe...
Might try 3, see if you can put them to low intensity. Oh, maybe not. Alright, I'll put you back on number 1.
Okay. Alright.
Does St. Paul Airport have a beacon, rotating beacon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to call them quick here. Alright. Okay.
St. Paul Tower, Cessna 70392, inbound for full stop taxi back with November, 8 miles to the south.
Cessna 70392, St. Paul Tower, good evening. Enter left traffic, runway 14.
Enter left traffic, runway 14, Cessna 3902.
Actually, you can make that right traffic.
Right traffic, Cessna 3902.
Okay. I know. My iPad keeps coming up with warnings about the...
I know, I don't care for that feature myself. I think that's it's a little bit intrusive.
Okay, so I can see the airport now.
Yeah, right.
The beacon is still... I don't...
Cessna 3902, traffic appears to be about 9 to 10 o'clock and 2 miles northeastbound. Altitude indicates 1,900.